Live week 1. Alright, let's get this shit out the way. ASAP. Edit matches. Delete, 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 delete. Delete. Okay, cannot delete that one.
Oh, I think
Customize
you
match.
should keep this match. It's Solo and Jimmy versus Rock and Roman for the tag titles.
Alright, we open it up. Sheamus versus Solo.
Okay.
Then we got a 2-on-2. Just gonna show off the talent we got in the women's Money in the Bank real quick. We got Tiffany and Bliss versus Zelina and Roxanne.
Raquel. Roxanne. Okay.
I'm still trying to find Roxanne. Alright. And Zelina, where the fuck you at? Probably in the Z's. Well, you already know who. I think you know. Do you know who's gonna be Kevin Owens' partner? You know, right? I'm pretty sure I told you.
No, actually.
Genuinely? Alright.
Genuinely, no.
Okay, alright, we're gonna keep that as a surprise then. Just when I.
Okay.
We're gonna have a 2-on-2.
Like, my brain was, like, trying to work. I was like, I don't know if he has Chris Jericho on his roster. I don't think he does.
A-Town Down Under. Where the fuck is Grayson? Austin Theory. Kevin Owens. No, not Kevin Nash.
Yes, Kevin Nash.
Put a random person there. Damn, a bunch of tag matches this fucking week. Another 2-on-2. JC Jane and Thea Hale versus. I think this was just filler. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Lark it though.
I also had to put in a filler match for my go home show.
Yeah. My tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. Alright. Let's get to work. There's a lot of words this time around, not gonna lie.
There's a lot of words for mine as well.
Alright. Kevin opens up the show tonight. Kevin starts up by saying, as you all may know, it's been a rough couple of weeks for me here at SmackDown Raw, my bad. I haven't won yet. I got beat so bad that I forgot what show I'm on. I haven't won yet. I called on Randy, but I couldn't get the job done. I figure if Randy can't help me, there's only one guy who probably can. You all know him. He has been around here a few times. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my new tag partner. He points toward the ramp, but instead of his tag partner coming out, it's Waller in Theory. They say after what they did to KO last week, they can't believe that he found someone dumb enough to tag with him. Theory says, whoever you found, we want first crack at you dorks tonight. KO is sitting there with a grin on his face. He says, well, I can make that happen. So tonight, it's the walking clown emojis versus Kevin Owens. And he stops talking. And the glass shatters. Theory and Waller look at each other with wide eyes like they know they just fucked up. Edit match. See my participants. Stone
Mister. It's
Cold
going to
Steve
be a few
Austin.
weeks. Actually, I don't know how long it's going to be until Stone Cold is fucking used. I forget which one I'm just going to use O1. It's the highest overall.
I'm just gonna use regular modern day. I want his old ass here.
Okay.
All
Yeah, no,
right.
my brain could not. I was like, who the fuck would Kevin Owens team with?
he couldn't he couldn't tame the vipers, so he went to call on a rattlesnake.
Fair enough.
Uh, this match, Sheamus is in control towards the end when Roman's theme starts to play, which causes Sheamus to turn around. He then gets rolled up by Solo, but kicks out. Roman never came out. He just had his music playing. Sheamus is still looking around confused. He's able to get the win in a hard-fought battle, but right after is met with a super kick by Jimmy, followed by a rock bottom. Solo then picks him up for a Samoan spike. Roman finally comes out, holds the IC title to the lifeless Sheamus on the ground, and says, "You will never be good enough to take this title off me." They all get Sheamus up, which allows Roman to hit him with a spear. Roman then looks at the camera and says, "This is too easy. Money in the Bank, the Bloodline keep all their gold, and there's nothing you can do to stop us." Uh, Backstage, we see the Street Profits and Trick. Trick says that Carmelo's going to be out for a long time due to the attack last week. Uh, he says he knows that they got to get payback on it this year. Street Profits say they will help with whatever he needs. Trick says, "All right, I have a plan, but it might be crazy," as we cut away before we can hear it. Tiffany and Bliss. Tiffany and Bliss versus Roxanne and Zelina. Tiffany and Bliss continue to show that they can work together with their new tag finisher that's just Twisted Bliss, followed by the prettiest moonsault, or vice versa, whichever one. And they pin Zelina.
Okay.
Rhea and Charlotte are now in the ring. Charlotte says that at Money in the Bank, it will be her time to finally get back to the top of the mountain. Rhea says the mountain has gotten bigger since the last time she was on it. The oxygen up there is harder to find than before. She won't survive the climb up this time around. Rhea says Charlotte's time terrorizing the women's division is over. Burying young talent like herself isn't going to happen. Charlotte says Rhea can talk all she wants, but she knows that there was fear in Rhea's eyes the last time they met. All that, oh, if that ref didn't get in the way, then she would be the champion right now. Ref says there's, oh, ref. Rhea says there's always excuses for Charlotte, but not anymore. She's she's going to get put down for good. Rhea holds that title high. Uh, tells Charlotte to put her money where the mouth is and make this a last man standing match. We will see who's better once and for all. Charlotte agrees. All right. KO hits Theory with a stunner. Grayson hits KO with a stunner. Stone Cold hits Waller with the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold gets the win. KO gets his first victory.
Let's go.
It's just a fucking stunner after stunner after stunner. Let's go. Uh, Nia's in the ring. She calls out Bianca, saying that she had that match won. She should be competing for the women's championship at Money in the Bank, not that loser Charlotte. She says that she wants it to end this once and for all. Bianca finally comes out. She says, "You're right. It's time to end this. Last time we faced, you had me leave the arena in an ambulance, so this is what's gonna happen. At Money in the Bank, it's gonna be Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax in an ambulance match." Nia Jax looks around for a bit until she finally accepts. Nia then says, "Bianca, you should always watch your back." And then With that cue, Tamina comes out of nowhere, smacks Bianca with a chair to the back. Nia Jax runs up the ramp to help beat down Belair. Nia Jax stands tall.
Okay.
Uh, Chelsea and Piper win. Judgment Day backstage are talking strategy for Finn's money in the bank. Dom says he's got Finn's back, and so does JD. They say last week didn't go as planned, but we got it at Money in the Bank. They'll finally be able to bring more gold to the Judgment Day. We got an Alpha Academy training montage. Chad Cable says that they're being underestimated, but they'll put in the work. No, but they'll put the world on notice when they all walk out of Money in the Bank with the gold. All right, Roman is starting to look tired after working so many weeks in a row. Eventually, Jimmy starts coming down the ramp. When he gets
Real quick.
super kicked.
JC Chain and Theo won, right?
Oh, no. Piper and Nikki.
No?
Piper,
Piper and Niven? Oh, okay.
Piper and Niven. Yeah. Okay.
Like I
Uh,
was listening and then like my brain just like skipped the match. I was just like, okay, training montage, Alpha Academy holding all the gold. Okay. He said that and then my brain was like, well, it's kind of like damage control holding all the gold right now, but anyways, continue.
okay. Uh, Eventually, Jimmy starts coming down the ramp when he gets super kicked out of nowhere by Jay. Roman looks confused. And Jay super kicks Solo. Rock comes out and eats a super kick. Roman gets rolled up, kicks out, hits a Superman punch and a spear for the win. As soon as he wins, Jay hits Roman with a chair on the back multiple times. Roman wins, but he's on the ground. He's been beaten up so much these past few weeks. How long can he hold those titles for?
It's gonna be a speedy episode of SmackDown. I got a lot of words to say, but I got like 5 minutes.
Oh, if you want, we
So
could just wait till next time.
I got this.
Okay.
We opened the show with Cross versus Ilya for the U.S. title. Match 2 is a fatal 4-way between Bailey, well, the women's Money in the Bank qualifiers, Bailey, Becky, where the fuck is she? Cora and Shayna.
All right.
And then we have a triple threat between the men's Money in the Bank qualifiers. Obviously, Cross already has a match tonight, so he's not going to be double booked. Not Madman who books his talent multiple times in one show. It's going to be
Which one
AJ
is this?
Styles, Bronson Reed, or the fuck Bronson Reed is, and LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have a tag match for the women's tag belts through the feud that's been going on this entire time. The Way versus Kabuki Warriors. And then the filler match of the week. Because I got here and I realized I had nothing left. It is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet.
All right.
Let me know when you're
Just go
ready.
for it.
Okay. CM Punk opens the show with Cora Jade and the Coffee Brothers. The OC, he opens the show by calling out the OC and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out and tells Punk They warned him about getting involved a few weeks ago, and when he interfered a couple weeks ago, he knew he had to cost him any chance he got. Punk says he was there to help and not hurt. Seth says he will not be manipulated by scum like Punk. Punk says if he has a problem, then he is ready whenever. Seth starts to head towards the ring when an email comes through. The email reads that they will not wrestle tonight, but a match will be made for Money in the Bank. We move on to Karrion Kross versus Ilya Dragunov for the United States title. For the most part, this match, it feels like Karrion is just playing with his food. Kross is just on a whole new level since getting past Lashley and dominates Ilya. At the end of the match, Ilya tries to hit Kross with a flying headbutt, but Kross snatches him out of midair in a sleeper hold and chokes him out. He doesn't even tap out. The ref just calls for the bell as Ilya has passed out. Karrion Kross wins the United States title.
Okay.
We go backstage. Damage Control are interviewed about their match later tonight against The Way for the tag titles. They say last week was a fluke win over Dakota, and tonight they will prove why Damage Control runs SmackDown. And after they win tonight, they'll go on to Money in the Bank and take on whoever Raw has to offer, because no one is ready for the Kabuki Warriors. I don't even know if you have a challenger ready, but I was just like, just in case he has set one up,
I
we'll
have
put
not.
this in place. Okay. The Fatal 4-Way. During the match, Shayna Baszler is seemingly focused on Cora Jade. It's just a note for the match. The winner is Becky Lynch. After the match, Io stands at the top of the ramp and just kind of has a stare down with Becky Lynch in the ring. We then go backstage. Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes are speaking backstage, and Sami speaks about planning to win the title at Money in the Bank. He also mentions that he made it here despite how hard Cody tried to prevent him from it. Cody still refuses to prevent Sami from anything and wishes him luck at Money in the Bank. He offers his hand to Sami. Sami just walks away. Cameras then cut to a shot of Cora Jade down as CM Punk and the Coffee Brothers tend to her side. Shayna is standing off to the side when the OC come up behind her. AJ Styles tells CM Punk that everyone around him is going to pay for all the sins his past has provided, and AJ welcomes Shayna into the OC. We move on to the triple threat, AJ versus Bronson versus LA Knight. Yeah, AJ Styles wins. After the match, CM Punk and the Coffee Brothers attack AJ. The Good Brothers come out for the save. Seth Rollins then comes out and attacks Punk. After the Coffee Brothers and Punk are laid out, Seth and AJ stand face to face. Seth tells him once he's done stomping Punk's head through the mat, he's coming after him, because they had shit from way early on in this. We then cut backstage. The Wolf Dogs are being interviewed about Braun Breaker's match against Bate at Money in the Bank. They say, I don't know when I made this, but sure. They say when Braun puts away Bate at Money in the Bank, they will move on to better challengers. We move on to the tag title match. Kabuki Warriors win with the help from Dakota on the outside. Yeah, despite the 3 shots at the titles the Way had, they could never topple the Kabuki Warriors. Drew and Wade come out to the ring and speak about about Drew's world title match. Drew says he wants a warm-up match. The anonymous GM sends in an email and agrees to give Drew a warm-up match against whoever comes out next. Ricochet comes out. They have a warm-up match. Drew McIntyre wins. After the match, Sami confronts Drew and they brawl. Wade gets involved. Then Cody comes out to even the odds. Sami and Cody fend them off, and then Sami attacks Cody, and the show ends with Sami standing alone in the ring. Let me tell you, doing all of that with Ilya Dragunov's music in my ears was just perfect. Because his music is really like upbeat and then like fast paced. So just like running through a card in 3 minutes.
All right.
I moved to Money in the Bank.